Hi, I'm Jason Blake, and in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the things that beginner coaches or grassroots soccer coaches, pretty much coaches at any level, should avoid. I heard this originally from a coach educator, so I didn't create these. These aren't I haven't dreamt of these. So this is somebody else's wisdom. I'm sharing someone else's insights, but these are brilliant and I recommend them to all coaches. But if you're a beginner coach, these should be your three commandments. So, first of all, no laps. Often I'll go to a session and I'll see players running around the field. Right, they arrive and the first thing they do is they're dragging themselves around the field. And then I look over at the coach and the coach is laying down cones and trying to set up the practice at the beginning of the session, which is fine. I get it. People come from work, they arrive on time. You don't get the field until right on the hour or whatever it might be completely. But if that coach was a player, I bet they would rather be kicking a ball around in some way rather than just running around the field. So laps are a definite no-no. And if anyone ever says it's a warm-up, it's not a warm-up. Laps don't activate the brain. It might do something for the muscles, but if there's a ball involved, if there's movement, if there's maybe a fun little invasion game, whatever it might be, then the brain's activated, the muscles activated, the players are loving it, and they're ready to go. So definitely no laps. Next one is no lectures. So players don't want to stand there and listen to a coach go through long, lengthy explanations or demos to get a point across. Players probably zone out within the first 10 to 15 seconds, and now they're not really paying much attention. So if the coach goes into like a 1 minute explanation around something, could be incredible detail, but the truth is the players stopped listening a long time ago. Now, it's not like me when I listen to my friend Dieter, who is a guru on German football, particularly Bayern Munich. He gives me so much great information, I can't stop learning. But I'm an adult. My brain's a little bit different. Thanks, Dieter, by the way. I really appreciate all of our football chats. But for kids, their brains aren't developed yet. So if you keep talking at them, it's not going in. So short, sharp, really important. Now, if you do like to talk, and by the way, there was a time in my career when I used to talk loads during practices. Stop, stand still, right, I'll go into it. 2 minutes, players bored, their body language horrendous, telling me that they're not even paying attention, but I kept going. Now, I would suggest to anybody that likes to talk a lot, follow this, because I did it with a coaching colleague of mine, and it was very helpful. Every time I stopped the practice, I got my coach who worked with me to start the stopwatch, and he would time me. And I didn't believe it until he told me, but I was like stopping it for over a minute. So by going through that process for a series of practices over a period of time for a couple of months, I started to condense my talks to the players, and I started to get good information out, but in a much shorter time. Eventually, it would be a quick in and out, quick 1 point to one player or to the group, and I'll be out again very quickly. So the importance of no lectures is really, really important. And then the last one is no lines. So we know it. We all did it when we were kids. You'd be stood in a line of about 15 players. There'd be the coach stood on the edge of the box, pass the ball to the coach. They'd pass it to the side. Then you get to shoot on the goal. One player active, 14 players inactive. So times have changed. Players don't like this. It's like when we go to the movies. Now, do we want to be stood in line for 30 minutes watching the trailer of the film up on the screen next to us? Or would we rather actually be inside the movies with our big bottle of drink and our big bucket of popcorn, slapping the partner's hand away who's trying to get at your pick and mix? I'd much rather be in the movie than waiting to get in the movie watching the trailer being played. No different for players. They don't want to stand there and watch 14 of their teammates kicking a ball at the goal while they're waiting their turn. Coaches can set up a mirrored or multiple stations where players can get loads and loads of touches of the ball. They can execute repetitive times the passing, shooting, dribbling, whatever the practice demands. But it's great if you do loads of little groups where coaches get more touches than just players being stood there. There is a time to have lines, but it's short lines, and that comes around kind of work to rest ratio. So it's not never have lines of 2 or 3 players, because if not, the players are just going to run for 90 minutes and they're not going to have the endurance to do it. So small lines are appropriate at times, but big lines, never appropriate. So just to recap, no laps, no lectures, no lines. If you're a beginner coach or a coach of any level, pretty much, then these are things that should be avoided. And if you do avoid them, I imagine your players are going to enjoy your sessions more, and they're probably going to develop quicker than you anticipated as well. So hopefully this video has been helpful. Whether you're a beginner coach or a coach of any level, I hope it's helped. If you want more coaching tips or practice recommendations, and we know that coaches love to see drills and drill ideas and new drills, then you can sign up for my newsletter at sendfox.com/GSE. But I'll share that link in the video description, so you'll be able to catch it there as well. So thanks very much for watching. Remember, every time you cross the white line, you'll be a better coach for it. Good luck, and see you next time.